Hi there team, Coach Alexa here. My last video talked a little bit, or mentioned as part of it, the fact that there is no physical reason why we have to train in weeks. And it seemed to just sort of capture people's thoughts a little bit. So I thought I'd give a few examples about different people, different situations that I've worked with over the years where, the week is not their default sort of structure to the year. So the biggest example, I guess, is people who work shifts. So 10-day shift patterns, 5-day shift patterns, 2-week shift patterns. Often that's obviously accompanied with, maybe different hours in different blocks across that, but they're not thinking in terms of a week. They're thinking in terms of that 10-day or 14-day or 5-day pattern. And it's important that training works around that. Now, we're training around shifts, particularly earlies, lates, nights, etc. is a topic or for several videos. But that's just kind of one, maybe the most common example of why people are working in that pattern. There's also perhaps people who have shared custody of children. Maybe there's a fortnightly thing there in terms of which weekends you have with your children and which weekends you don't. And it's potentially the weekends that you don't have your children with you that might be more appropriate for doing much longer training sessions, for example. So, for people like that, I would, do that 12-week training cycle, and we'd have, the longer sessions every couple of weeks instead of every week. And I guess, there's also people who have particular medications that impact them at different times, that they're, maybe on cycles of particular drugs or treatments. There's also, I guess, women from the age of puberty through to menopause who have a monthly cycle that needs to be taken account of. It doesn't always fall in flat weeks. So then you're looking at just sort of different phases of that monthly cycle and where training kind of fits around that and adjusting it on a not necessarily week by week basis. So there's loads of different reasons basically why weeks might not be the most appropriate way to think about your training blocks. But it absolutely can be done. There's no reason why we need to pick weeks. As I say, it doesn't make any particular sense in terms of our body, our physiology, and the way we adapt to training. So if you think that a non-week based training plan might work better for you because of work, family or life or body or whatever it is, then just drop myself or Coach Calvin a line. Happy running.